So many people mess up on this, and I feel like if you don't get this concept down, I don't think anything is going to be able to help your melodies. Everything revolves around this one concept, and that is Psych! What is good, everybody? I'm back on Splice's YouTube channel with another video. My name is Art, and today I'm going to put you guys onto some melody gems. You know, I was thinking, what kind of video can I give you guys to start 2021 off on the right foot? Because 2020 was super insane. Like, I already thought, you know what, 2020 isn't gonna be so bad. Fresh new start, right? 2020 vision, right? You know, I might have got it way wrong, but never mind all that. Today, I'm gonna give you guys some melody gems so that way you guys can start 2021 off on the right foot. So before we get this video started, I just wanna say that a lot of us do get frustrated making melodies. Like, whether you're a beginner or you're winning awards, everybody gets frustrated making melodies. You're not gonna sit at the computer every time and just make a beautiful melody every single time. Like, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna make something garbage. At least in your opinion, that's gonna be garbage. And that's perfectly fine. You could walk away, or you could check resources like Splice's MIDIs or loops. I definitely tend to go to them because, well, they did give me a free account, but it's just super helpful. And plus, when you got people like Desiree, when you got people like Soul Surplus, all these other people that are super amazing at melodies and they have full analog sounding stuff, why not use them, right? So the first thing is scale helpers. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Basically, all you do is just drag the MIDI over. It gives you a guideline, so whatever note you put on the highlighted notes, it'll sound good because it's in key. Easy enough. If you don't know how to make chords, all you got to do is just hit a note, skip this one, go to the next one, skip this one, go to the next one, vice versa. And then you can create a chord progression that way. So that was one, quick and easy. Let's move to the next one. So now that that's out the way, we can move to the real gems. This next one is a golden rule of mine that I always follow. It helps me simplify melodies all the time. And that is sticking to 2 to 4 instruments. I found that if you add more than 2 to 4 instruments, you're doing way too much. You're filling up too much stuff and it's not really gonna leave room for the artist. And you have to remember, the voice is an instrument as well, so leave space for that. Oh, by the way, the 2 to 4 does not include textures, so you can add textures onto those 2 to 4 instruments and make them sound something unique. Get creative with it. So to really illustrate that, this is what the melodies sound like. So I colored the instruments that I used. They all have their own melodic space and rhythm. I have a bass, I have a reverse piano. It's a one-shot from FKAI's kit on Splice, as well as, you know, using this piano and just manipulating it. And then I got one of my own one-shots from a kit that I just recently put out. So stick to 2 to 4 instruments. Another thing too is stick to 1 to 4 chords. And I don't mean like Roman numerals, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can count them, you're good. Let's look at these chords. Those are only 4 chords. They just repeat over and over again. Now, the reason why I say stick to 1 to 5 chords is because I find that you're gonna be jumping too much and there's only like 7 notes in the scale. You don't wanna do too much jumping around. It's gonna get too complex. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably hearing inversions or just different voicings of the chords. Which actually brings me to the next point, and that is the power of the second note, or rather they call it the third actually. Let's take these middle notes and bring them up. And now let's hear what they sound like after and before. If you notice, when I move the third, it feels a lot fuller, it feels a lot bigger, it feels like a lot more impactful, and it gives me a lot more space. The reason being is because it's not stuck in 1 octave, it's more so spread out between 2 octaves rather. Try to just play around and adjust the voicing. And if you want to have like something even more drastic, let me add another note right here, another note right here, another note right here, and another note right here. Take the third and the 7th and move them up an octave. That sounds even better. It sounds a lot fuller, and if I just want to have that as my main instrument, and then I want to have just like the bass, and then just this reverse piano. It gives me a lot more room, it gives the artist a lot more room, and it sounds fuller. Which goes back to me saying stick to 1 to 4 instruments. You can make the instruments sound a lot bigger. You just gotta know what the powerful notes are. So the next thing is the third melody. Usually the top notes have the melody in them. They have them hidden in there. Notice when I said these are the third, the top ones are the fifth, right? That's where the melody is gonna start from. 9 times out of 10, it's these 2 notes. Now let's look at this. I just have this gliding melody. Look where the melody comes from. It comes from a G, and then it goes down to a D sharp. Then it goes from A, and then A sharp, and then it repeats. Melody usually comes from those top 2 notes. Let me bring this note down, this note down, this note down, this note down. Oh, would you look at that? It is those top 2 notes. I'm telling you, man, it's super simple. And look, same thing. If you notice, I actually have 2 melodies within this chord progression. And look at that. If I want, I could take these and put these in different instruments and they'll sound just as good. Why? Because they all stem from those 2 top notes. You know, start your melodies with that note, try to base them around those, and just get creative with them. Actually, let me just put them in different notes just so you can see. And now we turn it into this. Sounds a lot better, right? Understand the power of the third note and understand this next concept, which is super important. So many people mess up on this, and I feel like if you don't get this concept down, I don't think anything is gonna be able to help your melodies. You know, you can finesse it, but you know, everything revolves around this one concept, and that is simplicity. Actually, no, scratch that. Simplicity slash hum. Hum the melody. If you cannot hum or whistle the melody or play it on one hand, that's it. It's done. It's too complex. The human brain cannot understand that. So you adding all these little notes or and all that kind of stuff, that shit not gonna fly. So don't do that. Be simple. If you can't whistle it or hum it, it's too complex. Let me see if I can hum this next melody. Dum 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 da dum da dum 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 da dum da dum dum dum. Did you hear how well that was flowing together? You didn't hear. You didn't hear that. This is not jazz. It's not a saxophone solo. So if you can't hum it, then it's too complex. That goes for chords too. Let me play you something, and I'm pretty sure you guys will see how simple it is. If you guys heard that Travis Scott and Kid Cudi song called The Scots, I'm gonna play those chords and you'll see how simple those are. Now another reason why this melody works is because of this next thing, and that is musical direction. Let me show you guys why this melody works. I love this one shot, but I know you guys are probably tired of listening to it. It's one of my favorites out of my pack, and it's a cheat code. But I just got Arturia Lab 5, And the amazing thing about it is you get all these keyboards, right? Like all of these keyboards that in real life, they're super expensive. But here, because Splice has a program called Rent to Own, you get it for like $10 monthly. Like look at all these instruments that you get. Like Stage 73 got an upgrade. Vocoder, that's new. Pigments, super fire. I just got that. OBX, one of my favorite synths ever. Jupiter 8 got some new sounds and it's upgraded. Emulator 2, amazing. Juno 6, probably one of my favorite, I'm talking favorite keyboards ever. Amazing. You got 2 different versions of a Prophet. And I was actually about to buy a new Prophet because I saw that price and I was like, I don't know. But the fact that Splice has a rent to own program, all I gotta do is pay a little bit of money and boom, I get these. It's not breaking the bank, honestly. So let's find a sound. Juno, let's go to, not type, let's go to sounds. Let's go sad and let's just see what happens. Fire. That is an amazing sound and I'm going to bookmark that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So before I can actually explain to you guys what musical direction is, I have to explain to you guys steps and leaps. This right here is a leap. This right here is a step. The reason why this is a leap is because there's a gap right here and it passes an extra note in the middle. As opposed to over here, the notes are right next to each other. Hence, steps and leaps. So now that you got that concept, steps and leaps, when you combine them together, they bring the melody up and down, kind of like a roller coaster. So just like the melody that I was singing, it goes up and down and then it has a musical direction. So I'm gonna screenshot this and I'm gonna put this into Microsoft Paint. I know, right? Microsoft Paint. I haven't seen that in a long time. So let's change the color. So let's break down the bass line. So it goes straight and then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes up and then it goes straight, then it goes down, then it goes up and then it repeats. Same thing for the chords. Look. Okay, let's break down the top line melody. Up, down, bam. Down, up, boom, boom. So if you're noticing a pattern by now, good. That means you're on the right path and you're making progress to making amazing melodies. Just like you can see, there's an upwards motion and downwards motion. It's like a roller coaster, as I said. So listen to any song and when you hear it, everything goes up and down. Hence, when Tyler, the Creator, says this.
And there's those, when I was younger, I didn't know what the chords were. I just said, Mom, it goes up and down, it slopes. It's a feeling that shit gave me. And the music I like all have that.
This is exactly what he means, musical direction. Another melody that I made that has musical direction. So let's screenshot it and see what it's about. So down, down, up, up, down, and then right, and then up, and then down like this, then up, then down like this. Boom, boom, boom. So you can see the musical direction. So when you're doing this, just try to keep it between an octave and a half. I find that if you try to like do 2 octaves or do some crazy shit like that, you're doing way too much. Alright, so I was editing this and I was like, you know what, let me add one more gem that I feel like is so universal, you could even do it on a phone. And that is, just hit record and create anything. I find that when I hit record and I just start playing around, there's no pressure. I'm just authentically just creating and I'm pulling from my musical intuition. And if you don't know what musical intuition is, basically when you were a kid you heard all this collection of songs, music and albums and different chord progressions and they stuck with you. So when you hear Michael Jackson's da 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 and then you're playing around the keys and you hear one of those chords, you're like, oh, this sounds familiar. It's your musical intuition. So listen to that, press a whole bunch of notes, mess around. Whatever sounds good to you is authentically you. So you can copy, paste, and then build melodies around that. So one last thing before I go, I don't want to make this a long outro, so let me just get it out. I don't know if this is going to be the last video for me on Splice. We haven't really talked about that, but this is the last video for me before the end of the year, or for 2020 rather. I just want you guys to step into the new year and use as many resources as you can, get as many opportunities you can, network as much as you can, you know, do your thing, because we have so many resources. We have phones to connect to whoever. Like you can reach a person like Drake easier now than your parents could reach Michael Jackson in the past. You have those opportunities, you have these, you know, resources. Tons of people download loops and samples off Splice and make hits. So you can too. You can change your life. So I just wish nothing but positivity, success. I hope everything you guys want, you guys get. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, stay safe out there, or rather stay dangerous, because, you know, it is crazy out there. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me, you know, on social media and stuff like that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just dropped a crazy sizzle tutorial. You know, it sounds like this. I probably dropped another video, but I gave a ton of gems and stuff. But you know, it's been fun. Hopefully I see you guys in January. But like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what else you guys want to see. And anyways, I thank you for your time. Grateful for that. And I will catch you guys next time.